Bonjour, c'est moi, Dene. Welcome back to another episode of Deadly Premonition 2, A Blessing in Disguise, here on my channel. In the last episode, we just finished episode 1. Oh, episode and episode, you get it? Yeah, anyway, that was fun, right? Anyway, we finished episode 1, after apparently 18 hours already, according to the stats. But with an S rank, obviously. And as you can see, we did a little time jump, and now we are in 2019 again. Although I think we were in 2018, right? We were here on New Year's Eve 2018, if I'm not mistaken. Before we went to Le Carré in the flashback. Anyway, now it's 2019, we're still interrogating Zach. And based on Aaliyah's hint or intuition, we should talk to Simon. So that's what we're gonna do last, obviously. Pile of DVDs.
DVDs are all over the place. I know that he's a shut-in, but this still seems like way too many for one person. And I've never heard of any of these titles before.
She already said that, I remember. Window behind Zach.
That's the window that faces the street out front. I can tell just from the layout of his furniture. Now I'm surrounded by everything I couldn't see out there.
Agent Simon. Nervous Simon.
Agent Jones is completely checked out, despite the fact that we're heading deeper and deeper down the rabbit hole here.
Pile of DVDs. Again.
A stinking indulgence. And a massive DVD collection.
The evil... Oh, there's a typo. The DVD with the number 4. I'm sure it's supposed to say the evil mountain, but it says the evil Mutin. Just checking out all of the covers. Emerald Dragon, Aqua Time, Circus Show, Ninja Police, Rental Car. Most of them are very hard to make out. Just want to check that out real quick because we have the chance. Wait. Is there anything interesting here? Don't see anything right now. Okay, moving on.
You must live a very comfortable life.
We're retired, remember?
Retired in your 40s. I'm envious.
But who doesn't love movies, Belle?
Exactly.
I'm not a fan.
Oh, that won't do. You should dedicate all the free time you have to watching movies. It's practically an unwritten law. Films guide us. Films are filled with every important life lesson there is.
Is that so?
For example, They Live, 1988, directed by John Carpenter. That film taught us a valuable lesson. Always put on your sunglasses before a fight.
You know, you got a point. Movies teach us about everything we need to know. I learned about the right way to eat frozen pizza from Cobra. It's one of Stallone's best films. Before that, I wouldn't be caught dead trying to eat frozen pizza. I thought it wasn't fit for human consumption, but that film changed my life.
Yeah, okay, sure it did.
Simon, that has nothing to do with the film. You're just talking about pizza.
Okay, we can still talk about them.
It's bugging you, isn't it, Aaliyah?
Huh? What?
I get it. It's bugging me too. It's even got my heart racing a little. I mean, look at this. Nothing but DVDs. Not a single Blu-ray in sight. Just pure, unadulterated DVDs. And he's got VHS tapes, too.
The good old days, right? Spaceballs. Yeah, I can't read the other stuff.
I don't even have a VHS player in my house anymore. Whoa, look at this. Check it out. This one's got a lot of pizza in it, remember?
You're not wrong, Simon. There's a very large quantity of pizza in that film. 1987, directed by Mel Brooks. The version on that tape is the one we recorded back when you could catch it on cable TV.
Seriously? Damn, Morgan, that's incredible. You're really living the dream, man.
I hope you both haven't forgotten that this conversation is also being recorded.
Okay, so we looked out the window, so let's inspect it.
This is a nice building. Layout isn't bad either. Whew. Must be rather expensive to rent a place like this in Boston. How many other rooms are there in this apartment? That room over there, your bedroom?
Huh. Why so curious, Belle? It almost sounds as if you're seeing this place for the first time. Aside from the hardware shop on the first floor, every apartment in this building has the exact same layout. We're well aware that you studied the layout of this apartment before you came to see us. There's no need to act so roundabout. Just be honest. Say it. I want to see your bedroom.
That sounds a bit, direct.
Well then.
Doesn't mean we'll let you see it, though.
Okay, nervous Simon.
Agent Jones. Are you paying attention? Or do you intend to waste Mr. Morgan's precious time?
No. Sorry. I'm just a little tired.
Me too.
I'm listening.
Take your hand out of your pocket. Didn't they teach you any manners at Quantico?
Oh, right. Guess they slipped my mind. My bad. I'm actually kinda nervous. I'm not used to this sort of thing. Data analysis is my specialty, you know. I'm sure I'd be able to calm down a bit if I had some pizza, though.
Ooh, let's get some. My treat.
The FBI needs to do something about their lack of personnel. I'll have to ask the questions myself. But how should I start? Maybe I should look back over the files and calmly reassess the situation.
Le Carré case files.
So far, everything checks out with the report. But there were always some parts of the report that didn't make sense. He expects me to believe he just happened to solve a case this difficult while he was on vacation?
Oh, what's so wrong with that, or so hard to believe with that?
And metaphysical offender profiling? I won't let him distract me with his fancy made-up words.
Let's inspect the case files then, once more.
After you arrested Galena Clarkson, you had a run-in with the Clarksons. At least that's what it says in the report. What exactly happened there?
Just a simple run-in, that's all. Nothing but a single phenomenon. Chasing hollow instances like that won't lead you closer to the truth. Truth doesn't work like that.
A hollow phenomenon, which resulted in a mountain of corpses.
Oh, Belle. We think we finally understand what you're trying to say. But don't be so voracious. How about another cup of coffee?
Will it warn us about anything?
We've still got a long way to go, you know. Yes.
Ooh, his kitchen.
It's coarsely ground, so there should only be 4 teaspoons per cup. No more, no less. Next, the coffee travels from the funnel to the siphon. Simon, normally you only do surveillance in order to gather data, correct? Hiding microphones and cameras, sifting through garbage, wiretapping, shadowing, tracing credit card histories. You'll do whatever it takes to gather data in order to prevent crimes. That's how the FBI works.
Well, yeah, you're right. No reason in hiding it now, I guess. Why do you ask?
Our Southern Belle has adopted a very peculiar MO. It's almost like she has a special power, just like us.
Does she?
You've been watching us this entire time, haven't you, Belle? From that window.
I don't need to answer that question.
You came here on New Year's Eve, then spent 49 hours watching us until you returned to your hotel room last night. You observed us the entire time without sleep or rest, and you only ate once, some pizza delivered by Simon. Aside from that, you never drank any water or relieved yourself. You simply sat there and continued to watch us.
Interesting.
You have visions, too, don't you?
Give us the tea, girl.
You came here solely to hear us talk, didn't you? But then, why bother watching us for over 2 days beforehand? You didn't come to talk with us. You came because you wanted to see this apartment with your own eyes, and because you're already convinced of something. Isn't that right? He who fights with monsters should see to it that he himself does not become a monster. And if you gaze long into an abyss, the abyss also gazes into you.
But
Oh, coffee. Thank you, my fairy.
Some interesting stuff going on with Aaliyah.
If you hadn't been paying attention, this coffee would have all gone to waste.
That's what I'm here for, honey.
The pus in our brains. It really has a way of interfering with our lives. Didn't remember. She came along. No.
Oh. What the Christ? This is friggin' delicious.
Well, he's very particular about his coffee.
I thought I was gonna shit myself for a second there. Come on, Aaliyah, take a sip. Trust me. I'm not exaggerating here.
I don't believe it. It's better than any coffee I've ever tasted.
Of course it is. Coffee is a sacred drink. Coffee saved us. If not for its oracle, we would be on the other side right now. So I never forget to pay my respects to coffee, especially at critical moments like this.
Big black cumulonimbus clouds are in the sky. And that sound. Thunder snow is coming.
Yes, please. Yeah. Question is, what's gonna trigger the next step?
Ominous. It's almost like a manifestation of the atmosphere in this room right now. Does Agent Jones need pizza in order to calm down? Why does he hate being out in the field so much? He knows we need to be on our absolute guard against this guy. Why can't he just pull it together? If he actually had a hand in this, it would explain why Lise's body was left frozen for all that time. The body wasn't stolen. It wasn't that he couldn't find it. He just left it there. It's definitely a possibility.
But I doubt it. Unless there's a good reason for it.
Do you hear that thunder? It's probably gonna snow soon.
We're in Massachusetts. That's the norm for this time of year.
Well, I'm not used to the cold. If possible, I'd like to finish this up before we get stuck in a snowstorm.
Oh, would that be so bad?
Agent Jones, after we're done here, Agent Jones, is something the matter? Snap out of it.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I know.
Do you? Then stop daydreaming.
Okay.
You just what?
My stomach's been letting some thunder loose, too.
Thunder?
That coffee was just so good,
It what? We don't have all day here.
Girl.
The coffee was just so good, it, summoned forth a massive tsunami from within me.
Excuse me? What's wrong with you?
Well, if you don't get a hint, what is he supposed to say?
Now is really not the time for this.
Tell that to your
Right door
stomach.
at the end of the hallway.
Thanks, pal. Hold on. You can make it. We can do this. It's not very far.
We promise you, we did not put laxatives in the coffee. Coffee is a sacred drink, remember?
Motherfucker. There's no doubt that the report omitted information linking Morgan to the Clarksons. I need to get him to confess. Oh yeah. That reminds me, there's a secret weapon in Agent Jones's briefcase.
Take a look at Zach's indulgence again.
He's chain smoking it non-stop. He's clearly dependent on it, which means he might be dependent on other drugs as well. Agent Jones probably won't be back for a while. Actually, now might be my opportunity to make some real progress.
Do we want to make progress is the question. I would like to hear everything.
Mr. Morgan, I heard that you were always a smoker. Did you ever wonder if that was the reason you contracted your illness?
What does that have to do with this case?
Nothing. I'm just personally curious about it.
Sometimes, people die in car accidents, regardless of how well they take care of their health. Other times, they slip on their bathroom floors and crack open their heads. Isn't that right, my fairy?
I guess, yes.
I'm not concerned with statistics. I'm just curious about you, right here, right now.
We switched over from nicotine to this. It's less addictive. That's one step in the right direction, isn't it?
Yeah, true.
Perhaps. If we're talking about withdrawal symptoms or physical dependencies. But it still seems like you're smoking too much at once. Honestly, it looks to me like you have a mental dependency.
Maybe. But so what if we do?
Surely you know about gateway drugs, yes?
Girl.
When a person starts to use one drug, it becomes much easier for them to branch out and try other drugs as well.
Yeah, but not with weed.
The first drug acts as the gateway that leads them to stronger substances.
Oh. Are you trying to say that's going to happen to us?
No. I'm simply saying there's a possibility.
Okay, Simon's briefcase. Oh.
Have you ever seen this before?
Oh! The wrapping paper.
And please, don't say no.
Sang Rouge, the drug we once chased. What about it?
Sang Rouge is still circulating. It's changed shape and its composition is slightly different now. But it's still very much alive.
Like we are.
But only in a very limited part of Louisiana. You aren't surprised? Did you somehow know this would happen?
Copies of another drug being circulated isn't exactly a rare case.
But Sang Rouge is special. The inimitable Enigma powder. The origin. It has many names, and no one was ever able to copy it. We've also been trying to figure out what it's made from ever since it appeared. But it's impossible to analyze.
Did a certain FK maybe bring it with him from the Red Room?
After all, it appears to be made from common ingredients that can be found anywhere. But if you try to use those ingredients, all you'll end up with is a mundane hallucinogen like DMT. If you're lucky. No. Sang Rouge requires a special recipe. The original recipe, which someone's been guarding this entire time. Someone who survived the incident in Le Carré.
Well, who survived it? Except for us. Oh, there's something to the left, okay. Oh, the old missy letters again. Will she say something else when we look at them now?
He read these over and over again, like a prisoner rereading letters from his loved ones. But the last letter was delivered years ago, according to this postmark. That must be the last time he communicated with whoever was sending these. Yet, he left them out in plain sight. All this time.
Well, if he's got a heartache.
Immediately after they found Lisa's body, I went to go see Patricia, in order to interrogate her, of course.
So you told us.
But I was unable to meet with her.
She refused to speak with you, didn't she? That's so like her.
No, she didn't get the chance to. You see, she's gone missing.
Oh.
What?
To put it more accurately, no one's seen her since the afternoon of the 28th. According to her employees, she shut herself up in her room for several months before she disappeared. But since that sort of thing happened often, they didn't think anything of it. On the morning of New Year's Eve, they noticed her window was open, and when they went up to check on her, she was gone. But no one knows how long her window had been open for. This is just my hypothesis, but on December 28th, a strange man visited Le Carré and was spotted near her mansion. That man must have found some way to lure Patricia into his car, the '89 Cadillac that he bought used. Then, the two of them drove north to Trenton, where they boarded a train to Boston. They would have arrived here around midnight on the 29th, or perhaps early morning on the 30th. I believe this man is the same Billy Bishop whose name was previously recorded by the airline. So, what do you think of my guess? I'd love to hear your opinion as a former FBI special agent.
Now we get it. We aren't persons of interest. We're the suspects. But what about our alibi?
What alibi?
I've had enough of your bullshit. You expect me to believe you haven't taken a single step out of this room? That Agent Jones is your witness? Surveillance cameras can easily be tampered with, especially by someone like you, who knows all about how the FBI works.
You're possessed by death. Go and take a look at your own face in the mirror. You look like the Grim Reaper. After you visited both Le Carré and Greenvale, you left a mountain of corpses in your wake. You can make all the excuses you want. I'm immune to them. Right here, right now, I want to know everything. You tell me the truth.
Yes! You're good, Belle. Damn good. You're brimming with potential. Don't you think she's the perfect partner for our last dance? What do you say, my fairy? Don't you agree? She's good. So good. What do you want to know? We've got nothing to hide. Go on. Question us.
Oh, God.
This is how it's got to be. Doesn't this remind you of something? You know what I mean, my fairy?
Mm-hmm. Maybe. Okay, well, that was creepy. Oh, a different loading screen. It's not black and white anymore. We have some orange hues in there. Okay. Alright. What's happening now? Not loading for long. Ah, but we are in 2005 again. Le Carré, Louisiana. Ah, Le Carré Sheriff's Office. With an open cell. Oh. Oopsie.
Son of a... How did this happen in my town? God damn it!
Well, she told her daughter, "Mommy will be with you soon," right?
The head and limbs were severed and lined up, according to the lines that were drawn with her blood.
Probably not that soon.
Just like migratory birds flying systematically across the sky. Hey, Zach, what do you think this means?
They're severed roots.
Severed roots?
This is the way the Clarksons kill someone when they want to cut him off from the family.
Very
How do you know about
ritualistic.
this?
Everyone in town knows about it. They're just too scared to talk.
What does the V stand for, then?
Beats me. What, you think I know everything now?
Vilitatio. It means quarrel in Latin. That's what the V stands for.
Latin. Intriguing, isn't it, Zach?
Yes, it is.
There are no defense wounds on the corpse. In other words, Galena showed no signs of resistance when she was amputated.
Much like Lise.
But, strangely enough, there are small traces of subcutaneous bleeding around the wounded areas. That's a vital reaction, which means she couldn't have been dead.
You mean...
Yes, that's right, Patty. Galena was amputated while she was still alive.
Like her daughter.
And she never resisted.
Like
Is
her daughter.
that even possible?
Yes. Happened to her
Certainly
daughter.
Isn't impossible. For example, if she was put to sleep with a drug, or if she desired the amputation herself.
Why would she ever desire that?
Mr. York, I'm sorry, but there ain't no way that could have happened.
How can you be sure of that, Melvin? Our world contains phenomena that could never be explained with logic. This is especially true for phenomena in which humans are involved. Do you really think all the facets of love and hate can be explained with logic?
Well, no, I don't reckon I do. Yeah, might be too early to rule out those possibilities, just like you say.
Zach, now we truly know just how deeply the Clarksons are involved with this. Patty, how long does it take to reach the Clarkson estate?
Just a short drive. You just gotta head west along the Mississippi. You can't miss it.
Got it. Thank you, Patty. By the way, Melvin, no matter how accelerated Patty may be, don't you think she's still a bit too young to see something like this? For the record, I have no intent to instruct others on how to raise their children, but...
Holy moly, you're right! Patricia, CLG! Come on, sweetie. Kids shouldn't have to see stuff like this.
Daddy, it's too late now.
Well, maybe that scarred her, maybe it didn't. Oh, the synth music is back, okay. Main quest 22, Severed Roots. Galena was murdered in her holding cell. The Clarksons must be deeply involved. Le Carré Sheriff's Department lobby. We have to go into the lobby, okay? Let's talk to Patricia.
You sure you okay, CLG?
I'm fine. Besides, I'm used to seeing stuff like that on CSI. You're the one who looks pale, Daddy.
Well, it did shake me up a little. But I'll be back to normal in no time. Sorry about that, Mr. York. What say we rest in the interrogation room till we all calm down, CLG?
We all. There's only one person shook right here, apparently.
Sure thing, Daddy. I'm gonna go sit with Daddy for a bit, Agent York. We can join back up later.
I talk to Melvin. Nope, can't talk to Melvin. Okay. Okay, I can go up. I can go.
Galena killed her daughter, so her family cut ties with her.
Literally, they didn't only cut ties.
Do you really think that's what happened here, Zach?
Well, somebody killed her.
If this is truly the ritual that the Clarksons use to cut ties with someone, why would they go out of their way to do it here, in a holding cell?
And how did they do it?
They could have easily done it after we released her. And judging from how Danny Clarkson was acting, I think it's clear that he really loved Galena. How could he accept this grotesque butchering, even if it was for the sake of the family? There's no point in ruminating on this. We should get back to the investigation. As long as we keep moving, the answer will inevitably fling itself straight at us.
Let's go upstairs to the first floor. Main quest. Oh, no new main quest. Okay. Yeah, so much for that. For a second I thought it was Ethel, you know, Mrs. Carpenter, the bowling lady. Oh, my ear was itching. My ear is still itching, by the way. Wait, okay. Oh, something's happening. Ah!
You found the flying serpent. But now, the flying serpent will come to find you.
Yeah, that sounds right. And it looks like this flying serpent is a venomous one.
Mm-hmm.
Some become feasts, while others are eaten alive. Which fate would you prefer?
Both
I don't
sound
know.
marvelous, but let me check with Zach.
A fine answer. Find the one who fired the pistol at heaven. Within the white hall of beds, brandish the ticket to the goddess. And once again, you will see the other world. Do you comprehend the oracle?
Zach, it looks like he's hell-bent on leading us back into that other world.
Follow the oracle.
Oh, I will, Hungan. There are only two types of things in our world. Things that should be resisted, and things that should be accepted. And I believe this oracle is something to accept.
Another oracle decryption, I assume. We gotta do something with the hint, right? Ah,
Do you
yeah.
think we're crazy for believing everything that skeletal gentleman says?
Not yet, no.
No, we're not crazy. Not one bit. This is our destiny, that's all. But I shouldn't need to explain that to you, Zach.
Yeah. Oracle decryption start.
The one who fired the pistol at heaven. Firing pistols at the sky might be a rather common occurrence for the South. Remember? Young
Okay.
Guns, 1988, directed by Christopher Kane. There's that great scene where Emilio Estevez keeps firing his Colt M1877 up at the sky. Oh, but that film took place in New Mexico, didn't it? And the Oracle probably isn't referring to a situation like that.
Find the
It's
one
got
who...
to be for some purpose other than an attack or a threat. Raising a pistol up to the sky, then slowly pulling the trigger, kind of sounds like the start to a race. Don't you agree, Zach?
Yes, I do. Fired the pistol at heaven. Where does the oracle point to? Thompson's farm. Food delivery services. How about the bank?
Unfortunately, Zach, you're
Oh.
wrong. We need to find someone who fired their pistol straight at the sky. The one who fired the pistol at heaven. Firing pistols at the sky might be a rather common occurrence for the South. Remember? Young Guns, 1988, directed by Christopher Kane. There's that great scene where Emilio Estevez keeps firing his Colt M1877 up at the sky. Oh, but that film took place in New Mexico, didn't
Well,
it? And the
Ursula
Oracle
Frida has
probably-
guns.
Unfortunately, Zach, we need
No,
to find...
no.
Young Guns, 1988, directed by Christopher Kane.
Where
There's
would
that
there be
great
a
scene-
race?
Bingo, Zach.
Okay. Yeah, obviously. I mean, didn't you know? The Thompson's farm, obviously.
We're currently running a race here,
Are we?
and the one who started this murder investigation is indeed the one who fired the pistol at heaven. In other words, the person who first discovered the body. According to the files, Lisa's body was discovered by Chuck Thompson, a crawfish farmer. He apparently works out of a fishing hut located in the marshes south of the bayou. Let's go pay him a visit. Who knows?
If we can finally get
Maybe
there.
get to see some crawfish.
Which I'm not too sure we will be able
What?
to do.
Why isn't the murderer the one who started this race? Zach, this isn't like you. Of course the murderer isn't the one who started the race. The murderer's running it. They're currently in first place, and they're breaking all the rules. Any more objections, Zach?
No.
Within the White Hall of Beds. This one is even easier. There are only a few establishments that have a whole hall's worth of beds, especially in a small town like this. I'm sure you've already got a pretty good idea about what the answer is, Zach. Beds all lined up? Only an amateur would hear that and think it must be referring to a brothel. You never disappoint me, Zach. It's a medical facility. They invite their patients into rooms full of beds, where they're tended to by doctors and nurses clad in white. It's definitely a white hall, where people are invited into beds. You always manage to impress me with your intuition.
Thank you.
Really counting on you here, Zach. And I know I'll always be able to.
Not always, but yeah, almost always. Oracle decryption complete. Got us $5.
Agent York, you're trying to leave without your trustworthy assistant?
Yes.
Hello there, Patty. I'd never attempt such a thing. I was simply engaging in a battle of wits with Hoongan while I waited for you.
Hoongan?
The skeletal gentleman. You haven't heard for the first time of him, about him, I don't know.
Yes, the skeletal gentleman in the top hat.
Not that story again. Is this how you always conduct your investigations?
Yes.
This is the way I work.
I bet you can't find a single partner. Not even in the entire FBI.
Fox Mulder.
That's not true. I always work together with Zach.
Oh, right. Zach. Don't worry. I'll be your partner while you're here in our town.
Aw, how cute of you.
Now, let's go investigate.
Let's not go investigate. But let's instead save. And let's take a look at the stopwatch, because I've been recording for 37 minutes now. So you know what that means. Thank you very much for watching. I hope, yeah, low battery. Yeah, she's telling you we're done. Thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you again very soon in the next episode of Deadly Premonition 2. Or in another game here on my channel. Bye!